Hey guys, it's your girl REDD. Welcome to Carnival Ready with Red, episode 2. Let's go. So you've decided you're going to Trinidad Carnival 2027. Last week's episode, we talked about budgeting and planning flights, accommodations. We touched on costumes, we touched on fetes, but we touched on all of these little tidbits. So now we break it down. Now, if you guys hear tip tap tip, like little pitter patter of feet, that would be my dog. She's a Velcro dog. She's attached. I know, she might make a cameo appearance in the video. Who knows? Anyway, let's talk all things Carnival. As a matter of fact, we're about to jump into one of the most important, or if not the most important decision that you're gonna make for Carnival, the costume. Let's go. Choosing your band. Now, there's no specific way that it has to be done. You can choose the band before your costume, or some people might see a pretty costume and then they decide, okay, that's where I'm gonna go. But you're not just buying a bikini and feathers. You're buying into the band experience. Let me explain. So different bands have different experiences. Again, that's where episode 1 with budgeting came into play. How much you want to pay for your costume, or what your budget is. If you say to yourself, you know what, well, my budget for my costume is only $1,000, or my budget's only $800 and I'm not going over that, then you stay within your means, you stay within that budget. So yeah, again, if you see me looking to the side or looking down, I do have notes. But yeah, it's not about that whole, oh, let me just throw on a bikini and I good, party done. No, it's not that. It is not that. So some people prefer to choose their band and then they pick their costume. Now, you have Frontline versus Backline. And people are like, huh? What does that mean? Let me show you. Pause. Y'all, my extraness knows no leaps and it has no bounds. This backpack is a Frontline backpack. Now, she is huge. She is ginormous. But she is very easy to maneuver. I'm holding right here because she's not tied on. So these are tied and the string goes to the back. It's tied to you. You have to, now seeing a pretty costume, like I said, she's considered a Frontline piece. It's not, you're not gonna get this exact backpack, obviously. However, you have to choose something that it's comfortable. Now, for people that's asking, is she heavy? She's actually not. She's not heavy. She's just, you know, have like these little dingle dangles and jingle and jangles. She's not heavy. And what made her super duper uber comfortable, I'll come a little bit closer. This is padding. And I actually purposely took this off to you so you would see that it's padding. This is wire, but this padding under here, the sponge under here, makes it comfortable for the road. Now, for some people, this is too much and they don't want a Frontline. So you might be more comfortable with a Backline piece. Now, a Backline piece is not going to have all of this. It is going to be considerably smaller, and for some people, easier to maneuver, easy to manage on the road. But for me, I leave her on all day. The only time I take my backpack off is when we go to the rest stop for lunch. But there's no need for me to take this off because for me, it's comfortable. If you don't want this ginormous backpack, then maybe a midline or a backline would be more comfortable for you. I can be here myself. I would never be here. Would never be here myself. So I just give you an example of a Frontline backpack. It's huge. So if you're gonna choose Frontline, know that sometimes the body piece is a little bit more intricate than a backline piece, or maybe a midline piece, or if you opted, and like a lot of times, all the time, a Frontline piece would be something like what I just showed you. It's huge. You have some that's a little bit smaller, and then you have some that's considerably smaller, or you could choose the option for no backpack. It's up to you. It's what you choose. It's what's going to make you feel comfortable. It's what you want to do. Let's hop into sizing. Ladies, sizing is very important. When you're going to register with any band, you might try Bliss, Lost, try Paparazzi, Roddy and Cara. When you are registering online, they give you the option to pick your bust size, your waist size, your bikini size. You pick your size. Now, for a lot of us, we work out. I've been guilty of working out like a crazy person so I can get to the ideal carnival body. But just FYI, everybody is the perfect body. Just saying. Anyway, so if I knew these are 34D, double D. But if I get a 34B, guess what's gonna happen Carnival Tuesday? This much gonna be covered and this much gonna be out. And this is where we run into issues because now, oh, the band didn't do a good job with doing this thing, but you didn't pick your right size. Young girl, pick your size. So you gotta know your size. Sizing is very important. But at the same time, when you get to costume pickup, if you know you're on the larger end, bust size end, you try your costume on. The facility is equipped for you to try your costume on and see if something doesn't work, and they'll try to see if something can work for you. But sizing is important. Coverage is important. Now, if you know you want to play in a thong, if you feel more comfortable in playing in a thong, choose a thong. Or you can choose just a regular bikini underwear. When I say regular bikini, like you might have a Brazilian cut, so parts of the booty would still be out, but it's not a thong. We're going to have an entire episode dedicated to different types of stockings and chafing, what to do to prevent chafing, sunblock, when to reapply, can I pee in this thing, can I sit down in it comfortably, what to do if you have your period on the road. We're going to cover all of that. But this episode was specifically made to discuss costume, because now is the time for you to choose your costume. Register. I talked about registering early. Guys, you do have to register early. If you haven't registered yet, go to your respective band website and register to get your costume for 2027. Choose the right costume for you. Remember, we talked about Frontline, we talked about Backline. Choose the right costume for you. Okay, so what I didn't talk about yet was headpieces. Let me briefly touch on headpieces. This had to have been one of the most comfortable headpieces. You ever put a headpiece on and forgot you had a headpiece on? I forgot I had my headpiece on. I wore this thing the entire day. It was so comfortable. So a lot of times you might see a costume and the headpiece might be uncomfortable. You gotta know what your comfort level is. I see I didn't like pull this tassel down. It's supposed to be down like this one. But super comfortable. This was super comfortable. So your headpiece is also going to be part of your comfort level when choosing your costume. Now that's Tuesday. Monday, now see, I didn't even touch on that. Let me touch on that. So Monday wear is different. Monday wear is totally up to you. There are designers, some of the same designers that design your costume. Some of them also do Monday wear. Monday wear is super simple. Well, when I say super simple, you could put a bathing suit on, and go out on the road on Monday. Monday, you don't have to be in costume. Monday, it's just whatever you want to do, whatever you want to be in, whatever you're comfortable with, you put that on for Monday, because Tuesday, it'll be all of this. It'll be all of that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So guys, this was episode 2 of Carnival Ready with Red. I hope that you are doing everything that you're supposed to do, all of the steps, getting yourself ready for 2027. I will see you for episode 3.